Richard Tiffany Gere was born on August 31st, 1949 in Philadelphia, but his childhood unfolded in the quiet town of Syracuse, New York. It was a small community where everyone knew each other and where his father, Homer Gere, worked as an insurance agent known for his compassion and willingness to help neighbours. The family home was modest but full of warmth, music and curiosity. Richard was the second of 5 children and showed early signs of a restless spirit. He played several instruments, excelled in gymnastics, and developed a fascination with big philosophical questions. Even as a teenager, he seemed to be searching for something deeper than the ordinary rhythms of small-town life. Teachers saw a bright, talented student, yet there was always a sense that he was looking beyond the obvious path ahead. That quiet curiosity would later shape both his career and the personal choices that defined his life. A young man searching for meaning, after graduating high school in 1967, Gere received a gymnastics scholarship to the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where he chose to study philosophy. For him, philosophy was not simply an academic subject. It was a doorway to understanding existence and purpose. He read works by thinkers who questioned the nature of reality, and he spent long hours reflecting on ideas about identity, truth, and human experience. Yet, the structured environment of college began to feel restrictive. After 2 years, Gere made a bold decision to leave without completing his degree. It was not a careless move, but the result of an inner pull toward creative expression. Acting felt like a way to explore the same questions philosophy had raised, but through human stories instead of textbooks. With little money and no guarantees, he moved toward the theatre world, determined to build a life that felt authentic rather than simply secure. The struggling actor in New York, by the late 1960s and early 1970s, Gere was living in New York City, chasing opportunities in theatre. Like many young actors, he faced uncertainty and financial hardship. Auditions were constant and roles were often small. At times he slept in his car or stayed in inexpensive rooms while working in small productions. Yet these years were crucial to his growth. Performing on stage demanded discipline and emotional honesty, and Gere gradually developed a strong presence that audiences noticed. One of his early breakthroughs came when he joined the original London stage production of Grease. The play's raw energy allowed him to display charisma and confidence that hinted at his future success. Though he was far from famous, people within the theatre community began to recognise his talent. The long days of rehearsal and performance also reinforced something important to him. Acting was not just about fame, but about exploring the human condition. A spiritual path begins. During his early adulthood, Gere encountered teachings that deeply influenced his outlook on life. His curiosity about philosophy led him to meditation and Buddhist ideas, which encouraged reflection, compassion, and awareness of the present moment. He began practicing meditation regularly and studying Eastern philosophy. These teachings offered a perspective that contrasted sharply with the fast-paced world he was entering as an actor. Instead of focusing on status or success, the philosophy emphasized understanding suffering and cultivating kindness. Gere found the practice grounding, especially during periods of uncertainty. Meditation became part of his daily routine and remained with him throughout his life. This spiritual curiosity also led him to travel and meet teachers who guided his understanding of mindfulness and compassion. Over time, these experiences would influence not only his personal choices, but also how he approached his career and public life. Love, relationships, and growth. Gere's personal life also drew significant public attention over the years. In the early 1990s, he married supermodel Cindy Crawford, forming one of the most talked about celebrity couples of the era. Their relationship fascinated the media, But the pressures of fame and demanding careers made maintaining a balanced partnership difficult. After several years, they chose to separate respectfully. Later, Gere married actress Carey Lowell, and together they welcomed a son named Homer. Fatherhood brought a new sense of purpose to his life. Although that marriage eventually ended as well, the experience deepened his understanding of family and responsibility. Through these relationships, Gere learned that personal growth often comes from both joyful moments and difficult transitions. Each chapter of his life helped shape a more reflective outlook, reminding him that relationships require patience, communication, and a willingness to evolve. A career reinvented over time. Rather than chasing only blockbuster roles, Gere gradually began choosing projects that interested him creatively. This shift allowed him to explore a wider range of characters and storytelling styles. One standout moment came with the film Chicago in 2002, where he played the charming lawyer Billy Flynn. The role required singing and dancing, proving that he was willing to challenge himself even after decades in the industry. The film's success introduced him to a new generation of viewers and earned him a Golden Globe Award. In the following years, he continued appearing in thoughtful films that focused more on character depth than spectacle. Critics often praised these performances for their maturity and nuance. Gere seemed comfortable stepping away from the spotlight's intensity, focusing instead on projects that aligned with his interests and allowed him to grow as an artist. A new chapter of family life. In his mid-60s, Gere entered another unexpected chapter of life when he met Alejandra Silva, a Spanish publicist and activist. Despite their significant age difference, they discovered shared values and a mutual interest in humanitarian work. Their relationship developed quietly, away from excessive publicity, and they eventually married in 2018. Together they built a family that blended cultures and languages. In the following years, they welcomed 2 sons, bringing fresh energy and joy into Gere's life. Becoming a father again later in life changed his daily routine in surprising ways. Instead of busy red carpet schedules, his days often revolved around family activities and simple moments at home. Gere spoke warmly about the experience, noting that maturity allowed him to appreciate fatherhood with deeper patience and gratitude. Family became the center of his world in a way that fame never had been. Life beyond the spotlight. In recent years, Gere and his family chose to spend more time in Spain, where his wife's roots offered a strong sense of community and belonging. The move provided a quieter lifestyle than the constant attention of Hollywood. In Madrid, he could enjoy everyday activities like walking through markets, spending time in parks, and sharing meals with family. The change reflected his long-standing desire for a balanced life away from constant public scrutiny. Although he still participates in selected film and television projects, work is no longer the central focus of his identity. Instead, Gere continues supporting humanitarian initiatives and creative projects that promote compassion and cultural understanding. The slower pace of life allows him to maintain the spiritual practices that have guided him for decades, reinforcing the sense that fulfillment often comes from simplicity rather than constant achievement. Reflections on purpose and legacy. Looking back on more than 50 years in the entertainment industry, Gere often speaks about what truly matters. Fame, awards, and wealth brought opportunities, but they were never the ultimate goal. His experiences taught him that happiness grows from meaningful relationships, compassion for others, and the courage to live according to one's principles. Today, he focuses on spending time with his family, supporting charitable efforts, and sharing ideas about mindfulness and empathy. For Gere, legacy is not defined by box office numbers or public recognition, but by the positive influence one leaves behind. The restless young man who once searched for answers in philosophy books eventually discovered that purpose is found in everyday kindness and connection. His journey reminds us that success can take many forms, and sometimes the most meaningful achievements happen quietly, far from the spotlight.